When I first start teaching multiplication to a child who has never seen the tables before, or to a child who's had some experience but it's been unsuccessful, I usually start with the doubles. 5 times 5, 6 times 6, 3 times 3, 9 times 9, those. I find that that gives a child experience with the entire chart, seeing it and being comfortable within these 36 answers. Normally it's taught via the ones, then the twos, combinations, and the threes, but then a child is kind of in this part of the chart with the answers. Um, the ones and the twos aren't so bad, but I've seen many children choke on the threes. So at that point, we're really into some scary territory because there are the fours, the fives, the sixes, the sevens, the eights, and the nines yet to go. Oh my gosh, I'll never know those. So I start with the doubles so the child has information about the whole chart. And I use my playing cards with this. Before I turn one card to them, I explain that this chart is written out on a piece of paper like I have done here and put before the child. And I start. 9 times 9 is 81, and I'll circle it. 8 times 8 is 64. Shut your mouth and say no more. 7 times 7 is almost 50, but not quite. 6 times 6 ends in a 6. 5 times 5 ends in a 5. 4 times 4 is the driving age. Most kids are looking forward to that. 3 times 3 with a second or third grader, sometimes I actually hit their age with 3 times 3. You're 3 times 3. 2 times 2 is the same as 2 plus 2. That doesn't intimidate them at all now. And 1 times 1 is 1. I actually circle the answers to the doubles and leave the chart in front of the child because the next part of this is flipping the cards and having them point to the answers. In fact, if they've never seen the chart before, I point to the answers first. So it would be something like this. With the nines card, the 6 and the 9, I always have them look up in this upper corner for the number. So I would say to them, I would actually not talk to them. I'm just going to point. I say to them, just watch me as I point to the answers. This would be 6 times 6 because I'm asking them to double it. Notice I'm not speaking to the child at this point. They're just watching my fingers. I might say something like, shut your mouth and say no more. With a double deck of cards, I have a more of a variety for a longer period of time. And then I'll say to the child, as soon as you feel like you can do this, tell me, and you point to the answers. And usually the child will tell me pretty soon that they're willing to give it a try. Because they don't have to say anything. I don't want them to say anything to me right now because I don't want them to say the answer incorrectly. If they point to the wrong answer, I would just simply move their finger to the right answer and not speak. Because I don't want to say, no, 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 you're wrong. I just want them to feel comfortable with the chart. So I think you get the idea here. The doubles are practiced until the doubles are learned well enough that your child will not make mistake. And before you move on to any other combinations, you must have your child stabilized at each step of the way, so they can produce the correct answers. If there's a review that's needed, that's fine. Always start your sessions with a review from the last time, just to make sure that they're still the answers are still sticking in your child's mind. And then if this exercise is needed to be repeated, then you stay on it a couple of days. It's okay. You're going to make some really good headway as you get into the other numbers, because right now you're building confidence. After your child is finished pointing to this, now it's time to write the answers down.